Hello and welcome to Karst Mire, the first of the two timed scenarios here in Planet Zoo. These are new. I think Karst Mire is the one that everyone has, and then there's one that's planned to Australia. This is my fourth attempt to get this to work, so let's hope that it actually works this time. I'm just quickly gonna start building some stuff here. We don't get an introduction. We don't get anything other than the knowledge that there's a timer on our heads. Which, yeah. As you can see, there is indeed a timer on our heads. This timer doesn't stop when you slow the game down. It doesn't stop when you pause the game. It just keeps going. So you want to be sort of careful and watch out for that. Just gonna build a habitat here. I've played this, or like I've started this 2 times already. But both times had to stop because of, well, let's just say that I played right when the game came out, when the new scenarios came out, and they were a tad buggy. I'm hoping that the bugs are all gone now. Big word on hope, because I don't know for sure. But we should notice pretty soon whether, you know, it's playable or not. Forgot to make the staff paths good. Fine, if I just make like a part of it staff paths, people shouldn't be able to walk on it, right? There we go, that's good enough. And really, we just want to get everything going as quickly as possible. I'm not going to get these to like the maximum level here. I doubt that. I plan on also doing streams, and then might record those streams additionally and upload those. Because that's where I'm gonna try to beat the clock, so to speak. But for now, I'm really just trying to figure out this scenario. I'm just gonna place everything down and all that. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to actually show you what we have to do in this scenario. Trying to, you know, get the basics sorted out. Which, by the way, there's a lot of basics for anyone wondering. Come on, connect. Connect, please. Because as you can see, we're already pretty much very, very low on money. One of the goals of this scenario is to not have any loans by the end, so yeah. Gonna have to work on that. Let's see if I can put anything around here, but I might have to do another path anyways, somewhere else. I'll pull a path through here. Yes, I can. Perfect. Might look like a slightly weird path, but let's see if we can make use of that. I don't know. Need a trade center. Can I connect that here? Yeah. And of course, we also need a transformer. I don't know. I'm gonna put those actually. We're gonna connect with the path here. I doubt it. Okay, so I'll just have to pop those, like... Okay, it's not going to connect into set. And I can't pull up... I mean, I suppose I could pull a new path, right? Like... It's fine, it's fine. It's going to be another habitat underneath there anyways. And we'll need to have a habitat entrance, so let's have that over here. It's a little tricky. Goodness, game, stop doing things you shouldn't do. So I'm just going to be uploading this in episodes, and yeah, we will at some point finish it. I just can't guarantee you when we will finish it, I think is what I'm trying to say. On gold standard, because I'm going for gold, but you know how it is. There we go. Next we need staff, and then we're already out of money. Welcome to the time scenarios. You can, by the way, take however long you want to finish these. You just have to finish them at some point. Like if you want gold or bronze or silver or anything, you have to be within a certain time limit. Okay, and now I need to get my hands on some animals. In my case, it's going to be flamingos. Probably already missed them, didn't I? Because I'm a little bit there. Gonna get a bunch. Because you can get a lot of flamingos for little money, and that's fine. How many do I need? Is it a full 10? Yes, okay, so we have to get our hands on some flamingos here. Enough yet? 10, perfect. And then we're gonna send them in here. And then hopefully nothing is going to blow up. The last money we're gonna invest in the basics for flamingos. Which is... I said flamingo. Feeding bowl. They've got water. More shelter. Whatever, let's give them some toys, might as well. Don't think it's gonna make a difference at this point. Because I don't think we can get our hands on anything new. Now, thankfully, there are machines where you can now purchase food. So I'm actually gonna see if I can get a drink in here. And like a bench or two. And bins. And that's literally gonna be all I'm doing. We're gonna be it. We should probably get a monitor to set up as well. Okay. There we go. That's gonna be a basic setup. We have 500 left. That's perfect. It's gonna be gone in like 2 seconds because we have workers, but whatever. I know that I'm low on cash gain. I'll give me just 1 second. There we go. Just had to fix OBS. And now we'll speed this up a little, and you guys can take a look at the objectives. Which is to build a riverboard transport ride of 600 meters. I hate that already. We have at least 10 different species, habitat species, and 4 exhibit species, zoo rating of 3,300 guests, and a yearly profit of 10,000. And the issue is you have to keep these up. So you know how sometimes you got the animals in and then you just got rid of them? You can't do that here. You have to keep them in, going and steady, because otherwise they're just going to uncheck themselves. Okay. Let's just show that our flamingos are actually doing okay. A little more rock and I believe, nope, the plants are okay. Perfect. And now we get guests, and we hope that the guests are willing to donate and purchase drinks. Because that's the only thing that's going to keep us going. I don't want to take up loans. I mean, if I have to, I will, but I don't want to take up loans, so yeah. Let's see how terrible our finances are. That's okay, I think. Get all of the flamingos settled in. Might as well have that as our first screenshot of this series. We'll see if it actually works. Last time I had quite some issues with the vet logging out and just like looping around. I haven't encountered those yet, so I hope that it's actually fine now. And it seems we're making money. Am I seeing that correctly? Yes, a tiny amount, but we are making money. So last time I fitted a pair of red pandas in here. See if I can get my hands on those. Because they're cute, you only need 2. They're very popular because they're cute. And they're not too expensive to keep. So we need cheap ones. We need 2 that we can get in total for 130. Which we might not be able to at the moment. Okay. I mean, she seems... Then they have the same longevity, but then I need a male, and there's no males available that I can afford right now. So we need to wait a little. That's okay. Sorry if I talk so fast. It's the timer. The timer is stressing me. But you know, once I've gotten used to the presence of the clock, I should be able to calm down a little. There we go. I'm gonna put down a second habitat here. We need 10 habitats and quite a few exhibits as well, so we have to be a little careful with how we use our space. But I think this should be fine. Like worst case, we can always move another animal in here and give the panda a smaller habitat somewhere else. There, good job, game. I only made it this far the last 2 times I was playing because the game hated me. As an explanation to that, I had game crashes. Maybe some of you had those too, where you tried to assign work zones and then the work zone crashed. Like this window here. It didn't count things, and once it did count them, it just crashed. Which is quite problematic. Can I place red pandas when I have only one? That is the question, right? Oh yes, I could. Though I would really like having a male already. Oh, there's going to be one soon, hopefully. If only for the sake of them getting pregnant faster, you know. You gotta think of the money here, and the money only comes when you have pregnant animals. That's the same for every zoo, no matter whether it's a zoo in Planet Zoo or a real zoo. Baby animals are the best way to make money reliably without having to worry about anything, because guests love them. Which, you know, makes sense. They're baby animals. Not complaining about it, just it's a matter of fact. I'll put a food in here. That's the good thing with these machines, you can just take care of your guests much better without having to worry as much about money. Because you don't need vendors, you just need a mechanic to repair stuff. Which... Oh, I already have no power over here? Goodness. That's very far away from optimal. For now, well, it's just things. It also means that the water does never filter. Okay. Asia temperature. Oh, yeah. As always, these episodes are going to be like 20 minutes-ish, maybe 30, depending on where we are and whether I realize the time is over or not. I'll try to sort of stick to the schedule because, you know, that means that we actually have content for some time, but we'll see. There are 2 scenarios out at the moment, so, you know. I would like to make sure that we can actually entertain ourselves for a bit with the amount of content we have. Money? Can I please? Thank you. Need to buy a feeding station. Ah, yeah. Oh yeah, the space issue is the biggest problem right now because she doesn't have enough to climb on. I suppose we'll have to take out that one loan that we don't want to take out, but okay. It's okay, it's important to ensure that our animals are actually doing okay. And you know, if they're not, then lower chances of offspring, blah 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 blah. All the usual stories that you hear. Are you happy? Anyone? Oh yes, she needs a shelter. I need to place something somewhere where they can't climb on it. And I need to see if I can get my hands on a male panda. No! No! But male pandas are the only reason to have pandas. Just kidding. But male pandas would be useful. I almost want to place a transformer down here, but it's gonna make everyone upset if I do. Maybe around like we could have like a small habitat, a very very small habitat here. Give it some water access maybe. And I'm just gonna pull a path down here for staff things. Because we definitely can't use this space either way. And we need more water treatment, obviously. And we also need another transformer. And I suppose another... Nope, your hut wouldn't hurt. Because the zoo is gonna have a fair amount of animals, you know, giving you a fair warning. Yeah, I know, I need to play a security. I do really, really like these sort of like games. Like game modes. You know, when there's a challenge and when there's something going on. Like, don't get me wrong, the normal Planet Zoo mode is cool as well. But you know, this makes it feel a little more like a challenge. Like the challenge of not finding any male pandas for my female panda. The riverbird is probably going to go through this river here because that's the only big open river we have. Doesn't need to be that long either, it needs to be 600 meters, so we should be fine. Let's take a look at the other animals we can have in the meantime. I know, I'm always talking about not expanding too quickly, but we need to expand. Let's just put some saltwater crocodiles down here. Can they escape from here? Just gonna swim into the barrier and be like, no, no, no. I don't know if they're ready actually. Lower the wall, apparently. Yeah. I'm running two separate walls because this is a different material. Can I terraform? The biggest question right now, can I terraform? I'm highly assuming that I cannot, and as always, don't judge my habitat buildings when it's a mode like this. I don't try to go for pretty habitats, I try to go for functional ones. Enough water? Definitely. Oh, this is very, very... I made it way too large. I could cut it off here. Let's do that. Because once again, we need to fit a lot of stuff in here. By stuff, I obviously mean animals. Oh, that's obvious. Game, can you please actually... Thank you. Goodness. That took a while to register. So much space is that? Fair enough. I'm gonna put mesh here. For the sake of water actually getting through. For cleaning purposes. Same for like some part here. Because it's not watertight, that might actually help. Okay. So next, number 3. Also another keeper probably. Which facility? Oh yeah, okay, I can see that. Too close. Well, guest, just don't look here, just go around. I'd love to have this run over the panda habitat, but I suppose I can't do that. And I don't think plants take away from the ugliness that is this thing here, so... I believe my guests will sort of have to deal with it. I'm gonna just group some plants around it. But as I said, I don't think plants change anything. I think you actually need to build houses and such. Or, you know, decorate, which I'm very bad at. Bit of nature. Okay, no. Nature and construction items do count, so let's just spam this area with nature. Which reduces the radius of complaints. Like, people won't complain if the scenery rating, or, you know, the radius of the items is smaller. This doesn't seem to be working out. Yeah, it helps. It helps. It does help. Just gonna mosh like 1,000 plants in here. I don't know which plants have the best effect. I'm just using all of them. People are just gonna think, what is this? What is this chaos? Okay, how good are we doing? We're almost at 100%. I'd like it to be at 100. I don't know if I can get it to 100, but I'd like 100. How did you make your zoo so popular? I put plants everywhere so that people couldn't see anything anymore. Ah, that's 100% perfect, so it should barely hit the path. Great. Next, crocodiles. And one male red panda, if I can get one. Why are all of the males so expensive? I don't even need a high stat male, I just need a male. And then goes about of offspring. Yeah, as you can see, we're already 21 minutes in and we've not even come close to completing anything. So, that's that. I'll have to figure out a strategy of some sorts to get this. I figured I'd like to actually get the challenge done. Because right now I can't think of a way to do this properly. I have assigned people to this. I have a keeper that's running. Yep, okay. Good, so they're on their way. The crocodiles, that is. And yeah, each scenario is probably going to be like 3-4 episodes. If I'm not terrible. If I'm terrible, it's going to take longer. I don't know how terrible I'm going to be. We'll see about that. And yeah, then I'll try to get better somehow. Figure out some strategy. So this is not a guide on how to do this. Because I don't really know how to do this either. But I'm doing my best. And I will continue to do my best in the next episode, which should come out in, well, actually tomorrow, the day after you watch this. So I hope you like this episode, and I hope I'll see you again tomorrow.